Okay. Hello. Welcome to episode 3 of My Thoughts No One Asked For. I'm in like a pretty good mood today. I'm a lot more like relaxed and like I have a lot less anxiety now that I've been streaming more. So, yeah, I'm feeling a whole lot better about that. But I definitely have a whole lot that I want to talk about today. I'm still going to try not to be on here super duper long. Hi, Kaylani, in my TikTok stream. Come join me on Twitch. Um, so yeah, I have a lot that I want to talk about, but I definitely am still trying to keep these streams to like hour and a half minimum because again, I am a yapper. Like I will run my mouth. So the first thing that I really wanted to get off my chest that was like kind of triggered me this past weekend. Um, so I'm a very quiet person. I would consider myself pretty antisocial, and a loner. And so even in a work setting, so at work, I'm very much in my own world. And thankfully for my job, it's not required for me to like speak to my coworkers or like maintain any type of relationship. Like I really don't have to talk to them. I can go in, clock in, do my job, clock out. Like there doesn't have to be too much going on. So for the past couple months at this job, that's what I've been doing. I come in, I don't make any friends, and I've just learned from previous jobs. Don't be buddy buddy with your coworkers. Like you don't need to be friends with them. You don't need to be like extremely nice to them and like try to be besties. I've learned from experience. I've literally worked jobs where I was like extremely nice to the manager and I was real cool with people just to find out I'm getting talked about behind my back. And I'm like, what did I even do? I just learned how weird people are in the workspace and also how like entitled they feel. So I don't really care to cater to that at all, me personally. And I guess it may come across as rude, like how cold and standoffish I can be, but it's only to, I guess, protect my energy and my vibes because I'm a big believer in like not everyone deserves your energy. Not a lot of people don't even deserve a hello, a good morning, and some people might think that that's rude. They might take that as disrespectful. Me personally, I don't particularly care. Okay, if I don't have anything to say, I'm not saying anything to you. If I don't want to talk to you, I won't talk to you. And if that comes across as rude, if you look at me, you're like, damn, like she don't ever speak to me when I see her. She don't ever say good morning. She don't ever greet me. And you're just like, ugh, like I don't like her attitude. I don't care. I really don't care what you think of me, how I'm perceived, because not if I'm ignoring you, if I'm not talking to you, it's for a reason. Either I don't think we have anything in common, or I read energy very well. So I probably think that your energy is like not that great, so I don't want to interact with you. And so yeah, so just based off a lot of jobs that I've had, I've learned to just not try to be cool. Just don't try to be besties, don't try to be friends. It's literally not necessary. So I just with this job, I'm like, cool, I'm a supervisor, I'm getting paid more. I'm like, I don't want to risk, losing this job. And when I got there, they was already telling me about how there was drama there anyway. And so I was kind of being warned to like stay away from this person, stay away from that person because X, Y, and Z is going on. And I'm just like, okay. I'm like, all right, cool, got it. So you don't got to tell me twice. I probably shouldn't talk to nobody. Got it. I was like, cool, you don't got to tell me twice. So basically, for the past couple of months, I have not been very social at work. And probably only with like one person because we're very close in age and like we're both like young women. Everyone else is like kind of older at my job. And I don't have to talk to you. Like I really only need to talk to the people that's on my shift. So I had one experience with this older lady. I come in and she leaves when I start work. So This older lady, she walks up to me one day and she's like, I like bothering you every time I see you, so I'm just gonna keep saying something to you every time I see you. Like I just like saying something to you. And I'm like, you're weird. I'm like, you're saying that because you know that I'm a quiet person and you want to bother me. You want to make me feel uncomfortable. That's weird to me. I don't know like what this weird obsession is with people who look at loners and like people who just want to be quiet and in their own world, and they want to make them uncomfortable and take them out of that. Why does me being by myself and minding my business and not saying anything bother you? Why does that bother you? I don't understand. I guess again, especially older people, I feel like a lot of them take that as disrespect. I think they genuinely think it's disrespectful. And so they're kind of just like, they want to like keep testing me to try to get me out of my shell because it makes them uncomfortable. And so when she said that to me, I was just like, in my head, I'm like, you're weird. Like, ill. So every time she kept trying to talk to me, I kept ignoring her because that's what I was already doing for months in a row. So I'm going to keep ignoring you. Like, what? And then the other day, I get off of work at 11, right? Um, yeah, you can send me the song. I get off work at 11. My coworker is walking, he clocks out, he walks out, and he says, good night. I heard him, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to. And two, my attention was on something else. Like, I was like concerned with something in my phone. And so, yeah, I just didn't say nothing. And he just stopped. He was like, you can't even say goodnight. I'm like, nigga, why do I have to tell you goodnight? Like, what difference does it make? It's 11 o'clock. We've been working for 8 hours. Go home. Just clock out and walk out of the door. I'm not a person that will like take offense to anyone seeing me and like not like greeting me or saying good night every time I see them or good morning every time I see them. Especially in a work setting, we see each other so much, so consistently. Why the fuck do I have to, every single day that I see you, I have to greet you? Why? Why do I have to do that? Especially if I just don't want to talk to you. Honestly, I want to go to work and like not even say anything, to be honest with you. I want to go to work and like literally not even talk. I don't want anyone feeling obligated to anything, to a hello, to a good night, to like a how that like fake catch up at work where you have to like act like you care about how their weekend was or act like you care about what's going on in their life. I don't care for small talk. I'm just not a person that it's just I don't know. And I know understand at this point that with most people who are not who are more outgoing than me, they don't take that well. Like at all. Um but I don't care. Okay? And I don't have to adjust myself for your comfort. I just don't have to do that. So, yeah, I kind of looked at him and I was like, good night. And if people try to like check me again at work about that, I'm literally just going to flat out say, look, I don't have to talk to you. Like, it's really kind of that simple. I'm a very literal person and it can come across as rude. And I'm genuinely not trying to be. It's just, I don't care to like fit into this box and act a certain way that people want me to act. Like, if you want to say that I don't have any manners because I don't want to tell you goodnight when you're a stranger and I just don't want to talk to you, then that's fine. Like, I'm not about to sit up here and try to like prove myself to you or explain myself to you. I just don't want to talk to you. It doesn't hurt my feelings if we do not communicate outside of work. And like, I don't have no problem articulating that, but I also know that if I do, that some people would take that would take offense to it and take it personally. So I don't know. That was kind of triggering me this weekend. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was triggering me. Like I was not. I was so irritated when I got off work. I'm like, nigga, it's 11 o'clock. Just go home. I already don't talk to you. Why do you expect me to talk to you now? I don't know. Anyways, moving along. Let's move more into the show. So, what I wanted to start off the stream with, because I wanted to talk about this last stream, but I think like it's kind of a good way to start off. Um, so I don't know if y'all remember Zoe Spencer. Um, Back when Streamer University, like when the people first got announced, she, I'm not gonna say that she crashed out. She didn't necessarily crash out, but she was upset about it and she was crying. And I was one of the people, honestly, who was like, girl, you're not like, these people aren't getting drafted for the league. Like, I promise you, you are okay. Like, I was one of those people who was like, girl, it's like not that serious. But I definitely understood that it was more about her feeling left out than anything. So I completely understood that, right? So let me see if it's going to show in here. So, boom. So this is back when, hold on, let me make sure y'all can be able to hear this. Okay. So yeah, this was the whole streaming university situation when she found out she didn't make it in.
I did not get into the streamer university. Yes, I applied for the streamer university. I know I troll and I play a lot, but it's just my personality, you know? I'm a real person and I mean well behind all people. Even
So yeah, that was that. And then recently, she ended up at the BET Awards, and if y'all don't know, Kai was streaming the whole BET Awards. Tylil was there, which is her friend, and so when I first seen that she was at the, so she did like some promo for the BET Awards, and she got invited by BET. So when I seen this, let me go back to my camera. So when I seen this, I was like, hold on, let me close this. Mm-mm-mm. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure this is the right thing. Okay. So when I originally seen that, I was like, girl, why are you tripping? Like, why did you crash out like that when you ended up at the BET Awards? And me personally, I took a couple of things from her whole original crash out. Or just, let me not keep calling it a crash out. Her like just emotional breakdown. First of all, I think that hopefully she has learned, because that was like a few months ago, and like most people will like learn at some point that not everyone has to like you. Most people will not like you, and you cannot try to force yourself in spaces because you may feel obligated to be in that space, or because your friends are in that space, so you feel like because of y'all are close in proximity, you feel like, well, because they are in that, they got that opportunity, I should get that opportunity. And this is why everybody should just worry about their fucking self and be focused on their lane and their path, to be honest, because you're over here trying to get the streamer you thinking this is just going to be your big break, and then it's just about to send you up, and it probably would have helped her, but that just probably wasn't the space she was supposed to be in. So when I seen her at the BET Awards, I was like, girl, if I knew I was going to be, if I knew I got invited to the BET Awards and some of you niggas was going to be there, why would I feel some type of way that I don't get invited to Stream University? And I think, honestly, her emotion came from feeling left out and feeling excluded, because this isn't the only time she's felt like this. And I think her emotions are completely valid. But moving forward, I do hope that she is able to learn, and that most people are able to learn. If you're a content creator or just a creative in general, you cannot go around expecting people to just like you and to just put you in certain spaces and just give you certain opportunities. It's just not going to happen. Certain things are just not for you. And then you'll turn around and be crying and sad about one thing and turn around and end up with a whole nother opportunity that not everyone else in a mama got. So I just thought that like that was kind of a positive way to view the whole situation. I didn't really like I seen like a lot of people talking about her when she did break down the first time, but like I didn't really see that many people bigging her up for getting that opportunity and being in the same room as Kai and Ty Lil and whoever else was there. I think Rakai was there. Like she was the only female streamer there. So I don't know. Hopefully Zoe continues to just focus on her lane and not let, anything else affect her path, because it's only your lane. You can't try to, fit in everybody else's shit. So that I just felt like that was like a great way to look at it to me. So W fucking Zoe. I'm like very happy for her. Cause like I'm not gonna lie, she kept it very cute. If I was her, I would have been like, yeah, and I'm here. Like I would have popped my shit a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but she wasn't on none of that. Surprisingly, she wasn't on none of that. But I would have. I'm sorry. I would have been a little bit petty. I would have been like, yeah, you didn't invite me to stream you, but I'm here. I'm here at BT Wars just like you. And what? Like I would pop my shit just a little bit. But I like how she kept it cute and she didn't do too much. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say on that. So I'm gonna move on. Lord Jesus, B Simone has had she's had an interesting past couple of days. So let me see. Okay, yeah, she's had an interesting past couple of days. So B Simone. I don't even know, because there's two different things she went viral for, okay? She went viral for being a terrible friend, and she also went viral for, honestly, with both situations, she essentially went viral for being very tone deaf. When you watch these clips, you look at it and you're kind of just like, you just kind of confused. I'm going to only really talk about one clip in particular because I feel like a really good conversation can be pulled out of it. So let me see. Hopefully this shows the right thing. Oh, wrong thing. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
My finances, like the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah,
like did. I notice it in me now, just nitpicking, and it's not even. I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah, I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to my finances.
Okay,
like,
and there's another. I'm gonna show y'all another part to this video too.
Have my dream career.
So this is an older video from like a few years ago.
Have my dream career. I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it. They work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. You work hard. You have money. I get it. I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has nothing to do with money. Everything to do with lifestyle. Okay? When I'm in the bed at 3 a.m. checking emails. What you doing, babe? Working. What you doing? Working. Okay, love you. You want to hop on a flight tomorrow? I have a meeting in out of town. You want to go? Okay, let's go. Okay, you understand my life. You understand what I'm going through. I want to manifest that. What do you want in a man? What do you want? Let's start there. What do you want? Let's manifest it, baby. You can have it. Whatever you want, you can have it. Manifest that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. Ain't nothing wrong with an entrepreneur ass nigga. Manifest whatever you want. I want to manifest an entrepreneur ass husband. I don't care what you do. Entrepreneur, graphic designer, sell t-shirts, sell drugs, rapper. You could be a rapper. A becoming rapper, D-list. I don't give a fuck. Entrepreneur, okay? At this point, I'm about to rebuy my book. I'm about to rebuy my book so I can manifest my husband.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna be honest. This whole like, I'm sick of this conversation. I'm sick of the whole 9 to 5, or I want someone who does this. I wouldn't date someone who does this. I'm so sick of that fucking conversation. I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, I'm not mad at her for like having that preference. I've like already stated how I feel about preferences in a previous live, so I won't get into that. But yeah, I'm not really mad at her saying that, but this is exactly why I watch my mouth. This is exactly why I watch my mouth and saying things like, oh, I would never, or couldn't be me, because you will get humbled very quickly. So I stopped saying the whole could never be me or trying to force things into my life, and instead of just like letting things be. So being like, this is, so when it comes to painting the picture of the ideal man, right? What she's doing in this video. She wants an entrepreneur. She wants someone who can do X, Y, and Z. That's not like a bad thing to want, right? But also in the most recent video I showed you, where she's talking about current day, right now, her finances are tight. And so it's sounding like back then you're saying, oh, well, you don't want a guy who works a 9 to 5. You want him to be an entrepreneur, X, Y, and Z. Yet current day, you are an entrepreneur. And it's looking like you might need a 9 to 5. I'm just saying, this is why you kind of got to watch how you speak, because you can easily be humbled and be in that situation and unfortunately have to experience the true reality of what it's like instead of the glitz and glam. So you want to be with someone who's an entrepreneur, and you yourself have worked hard over the years and within the content space and built your own brand, and you are now an entrepreneur as well. But I think that people don't talk about enough and I am not an entrepreneur, but just knowing from having a parent, growing up with a parent who's an entrepreneur, and just being able to look at situations like this, it's not an easy thing. People make it sound like it's so easy and it's something that everyone wants to do, but it's not. B. Simone has been in the content space for a very long time. She's been in the space for years. She had a whole movement where she was trying to work on making like $1 million and stuff. Like, she's always been, I would say within more so the past recent years, she's been all about, wellness, self-care, mental health, and just being able to grow as a person in multiple different ways. And so her content moved from just mostly comedy to opening up the door a lot more for different kinds of content. And so I'm not really mad at her past self saying those things and having that preference, not knowing how life will come bite her in the ass. But I do think that, I don't know, I'll probably go watch the interview in full so I can get like a full scope. But her complaining now about her finances and saying something like, oh, I was in Bloomingdale's the other day and I was like, oh, I don't have it, I have to go to H&M. It's just like, that sounds kind of tone deaf, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people who can't even afford H&M. Like, there's some people that have to thrift or borrow clothes from other people. It's just, she sounds so tone deaf. So I'm 50-50 with it, in a sense of like, I'm always able to understand the point of view of a person and why they view things the way that they do, even if I don't agree with it. But hopefully she talked about, again, I'm going to watch the interview in full because I don't want to just say what she did or didn't say, but I'm hoping that she was able to expound on it and talk about the true struggles of being an entrepreneur instead of pouting about, oh, I don't have no money right now and I can't go shop in Bloomingdale's. Like, I'm hoping that she really was able to expound on that point about just the struggles of being an entrepreneur and a content creator and the ups and downs with it. Because truthfully, with a 9 to 5, I know what I'm getting every week. I know what check I'm getting every single week. Whether I feel like I should be making more or whatever. But unless I take time off or whatever the fuck, every single week I'm getting the same amount. Hey y'all over here on TikTok, thank y'all for joining. Come join me on Twitch so y'all can like view it in a better way. Oh, thank you, my love. I've been okay. I've been like focused on all of this and like working really, really hard. So yeah, that's, if you're like wondering what I'm doing and like in my own world, I'm really working hard on this. So yeah, but thank you for joining. If you wanted to like watch it in a better way, you can come like watch it on Twitch or like YouTube. Okay, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked with my TikTok chat. But yeah, back to my point. I'm not really mad at B Simone. I just think that, you know, the bigger conversation than you just not being able to shop in fucking Bloomingdale's is that being an entrepreneur is hard. Being a content creator is hard. And that's why I've said, even though I kind of dread my job, mainly because not because it's like really any hard labor or the environment is terrible. I just know that I can be spending all these hours a week doing something else that I'm 10 times more passionate about and make way more money doing. And however, in this space and being a creative, it does take longer to, well, for most people, to see money in this. This is not something where, for most people, you just wake up and you're rich. Like, it's just, it doesn't work like that. So I kind of want to keep my 9 to 5 for as long as I can, because I can, for now, at least I can rely on that. At least every week I'm getting that check. With content creating right now, probably for the next couple months, I'm not going to gain a dime. There's so much you even have to do to even get monetized. So it's like, that's why for me, I'm not, if I was bold and I wanted to jump all in, I could quit my job like today and just be like, fuck it, I'm all in. And I'm just going to full time it and thug it out. I could do that if I want to, but because I appreciate the comfort of a 9 to 5, I appreciate the comfort of, I know I'm getting this check every week, I'm going to keep it for as long as I can. Although, sidebar, recently, I've kind of been going against that. I've kind of been leaning more towards quitting sooner than I expected, but I still am a person that lives in reality. So I'm not just gonna do it just because in the moment I'm like, oh fuck this job, I don't want to be here. So I've like was able to get my schedule down to some less hours, so I have more off days and I have more time just to like be to myself and also to put effort and time into all of this. So I think that this situation would be Simone and her current finances and her being a entrepreneur and a content creator and it being kind of up for the most part for the past couple years and right now it being down. This is exactly why I'm trying to keep my job for as long as I can because I can rely on this check every week. I know what it's going to be and there's really nothing else about it. So I don't have to with content creating, it is a very up and down thing. And like it's already so many people that don't aren't able to manage their money properly. And I think that I'm not in her, her pocket, so I'm not going to say what she did or did not manage the right way, but that is just exactly why even I try to encourage other people like unless you already have your own business and you're able to rely on that, just keep your job for as long as you can. If you're pursuing something like music or any type of content creating or whatever it is that you're doing and that you're passionate about, just keep that job. I know it sucks. I know you hate it, or maybe just get a job that's more that you could tolerate a little more. And so yeah, I just think it her comment sounded very tone deaf, even if that's the truth. Even if that's your reality, even if you are speaking very literally in the sense of you were in the store and you realized you had to go to H&M. It's just kind of like, girl, I understand if she would have said, oh, we were in Bloomingdale's and like, I just couldn't afford it. I had to go to a thrift store. Then I'm like, I don't think her comment sounds as tone deaf. But like you saying H&M is kind of like, girl, what? Like you can't afford Bloomingdale's, you can afford H&M. It just sounds tone deaf because there's people that can't even afford that. So I don't know. She's kind of like being held to the fire for. She's been held to the fire for the past couple of days for her comments. She's also had some interesting comments about her regarding her friend and basically her best friend, so-called best friend, had a lot going on. Hold on, let me check my TikTok live. Okay. So, basically her best friend was going through like a whole lot this past year and the best friend was pretty much saying, "Look, I understand you're a celebrity and people think that, you're supposed to essentially fund my life. But, I was going through a lot this past year. And although I watched you help other people in a similar situations, you know, I was struggling alone." And B. Simone's reaction was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. She didn't really seem to empathize with what she was saying, in my opinion. And there was also a situation where she was talking about her working through the feelings that initially felt like jealousy, but it wasn't jealousy because her best friend, because B. Simone's best friend got a great job opportunity and she didn't feel great when her best friend originally told her because she wants her friends and her best friends to work for her. She wants their success to be attached to her. And again, it's like I just can't necessarily like defend her logic in this scenario because I'm just like it sounds a little narcissistic. I do appreciate her um the way she openly communicates like instantly. I think that that's commendable, but I also do not necessarily love her thought process behind these situations in dealing with this particular best friend. It just kind of looks weird to me. So I'm going to go ahead and play one of the clips so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It just, I don't know. It left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So it wasn't just me. Like, it wasn't just me. A lot of people didn't really love this interaction. So with this one, let me go ahead and switch over. Okay. Let me change the sound. All right, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play this one. B. Simone admits she felt hurt after her friend was offered an opportunity she couldn't publicly take credit for. That's a crazy title. But yeah, let's see.
But whatever it is, recently, I have this opportunity and I called you and I told you about it. And you were just like, okay. Mm-hmm. And you called me back.
I called her right back, y'all. I was so convicted. I was so convicted.
You were like, I didn't like how I felt when you told me that. And I was like, what do you mean? You were like, I don't know what it is. I'm talking this out in real time. But whatever it is, I don't like what I felt. And I said, did you feel jealous? And you were like, I don't think I feel jealous.
Because we went through all the emotions. She's like, are you angry? Are you sad? Are you jealous? I was like, I'm not jealous because I don't want what you have. I'm sad and I'm angry and I'm upset that I'm not doing it with me.
Yeah.
Like, we're not working together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that. Y'all, let me tell you something. Anybody that's in my circle, I want to work with you. I want to put you on. I'm putting you in position. I like doing it together.
You do.
How can we do this together? How can we make money together? How can we build together? How can we grow together? How can we all pitch in together? How can we be millionaires I want to do it together.
Yeah.
And there was a point in my life where I had that and it was crumbled. So I feel like since that has ended, that season, I've always yearned for it again. But it's just been a season of solitude for 2 damn years.
Maybe the longest season ever.
The longest season ever.
Yeah.
And I think, I know that's what it was. But I was so convicted. I called you right back. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Like, your friend, she just told me she was doing something so bomb.
Yeah.
So great. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
This has to get out of my heart.
For sure.
Like, what?
But if we just did that, nobody's looking for the perfect friend.
Man.
I just want my friends to be aware.
And honest.
I'm okay if you feel a little jealous.
Address it and fix it.
Okay. I actually now have an additional talking point for this discussion after watching that full clip. Again, I appreciate her openness in the communication and like actually talking through those emotions. I think on the topic specifically with jealousy with friends or best friends, with women specifically, I think it's a very tricky topic. I think most people are not very honest about it, and I think that also, it is when you do admit like, hey, I am jealous of you. Hi. When you do admit like, hey, I'm like jealous of you, that's like, I'm doing well. So yeah, when you do admit like, hey, I am jealous of you, it is, in my opinion, that helps the friendship to me. I think that helps the friendship. You just being honest and like, hey, in this moment, for this particular reason, I'm just straight up jealous. I'm jealous. No, sir, I know you see me talking and you're interrupting what I have going on. Yeah, I'm sorry. My ADHD is just like, yeah, don't try to flirt with me while I'm streaming, please. No. Like, please. Sorry, I just had to block him because I'm literally trying to talk my thoughts out and you're like distracting me with bullshit. What the fuck? Fuck. Anyways, I think as best friends, when you do step up and be like, hey, I'm just like straight up, I'm jealous of you. And I don't love the feeling, but this is what I feel like. Now, what's kind of odd to me is her what's kind of odd to me is what's odd to me is B Simone not admitting that it's jealousy. Like, girl, it's okay to just say you're jealous. So her trying to say, no, it's not jealousy because I don't want what you have. And but then she goes on to say it's more so that I'm mad that you're not doing it with me. I want to be a part of it somehow. Invasion of Privacy dropped what year? 2018. It's 2025. I remember when this album dropped. I was in like Florida minding my business. Cool. Me and all my friends were listening to it. Cool. I remember when that album dropped and it was perfect for that time period. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect for that time period. Lots of hits on it. Great. Cool. That's 2018. Now we're going into 2020, 2021. We have a pandemic. 2023, 2024. Mind you, a whole slew of bitches have come out now. So it's, there's plenty to hold us over. It's not like there was really a drought of niggas really fiending for Cardi B music, right? I think that her sound, if people go back to that, her debut album, it's just not, and I think it's an issue with a lot of newer acts. They're not making timeless music. And it's definitely about talent. Like, you just honestly have to be talented enough to do it. It's not really a true strategy to it. You just either have it or you don't. And so I am a barb, so I'm not going to do any comparisons to Nicki. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just solely go based off her. She's not my favorite rapper. Again, in that time period, her album fit for that time period. It was absolutely perfect for that time period. That's why it did so well. But when we're moving into the world of doechis who are able to give us a little bit more, it's kind of like when you wait too long and we're able to have so many different female rappers that give us so many different things, it's kind of like, if you are still going to sound like how you did in 2018, please keep it. And so I personally am like, I have my own personal thoughts about Cardi B as a rapper. So I'm not going to say them because I don't want to just like come across as biased. I'm hoping that I get proved wrong with this album. I hope that it's good, because if I like it, that means that it's really good. And I say that because I don't digest her music very well. It's just not like a smooth listen, or it's not something that I listen to very often. I'm a bit of a weirdo. I like Cardi when she's rapping in Spanish. It sounds fire to me. And there's like one other song of hers. It's a super old song before she even blew up. Those are the only songs by Cardi B that I still listen to today. I'm not going back to anything from Invasion of Privacy because it doesn't age well. It was good for that time period and that's it. I don't want to listen to it now. I'm not interested in it. So it's supposed to drop. Where's the date up here? September 19th. I don't even think that this album is done. I think it's probably mostly done. But I don't think this album is done. I think there are some things that she might add last minute, which is no problem. I don't have a real issue with that, but I'm just pointing it out. I don't think this album is done. I'm also surprised she's not dropping it in the summertime. I already am not loving that. Um, but yeah, I think Cardi's. I don't love the title. The cover, it's just not. It's definitely not what I expected. I'm not gonna lie. Like not even a little bit. I didn't expect this type of cover. I don't love this title either. Oh, I feel like I sound like such a hater, and maybe I do, but I'm just being honest. So, but I'm speaking about it because I think it's a very highly anticipated album, and I think like a lot of younger people, like younger women, will really want to like run and go listen to this album. So, um, I don't have high hopes for it. I think that with this album, people will start to understand that what type of rapper she really is. I don't know. I'm hoping that people are not expecting any type of like lyrical miracle, any type of skills to be displayed. I'm hoping people are just expecting like some like cute TikTok songs. I just don't think I think for me I just don't I don't know. I'm not going to say nothing else about it. I'm just going to say um I think the album will be okay. I'm not going to try to compare it to her first one. I don't think that's fair. Um I think her album will be okay. I think her fans are going to love it regardless. And I think the general public will probably think that it's okay. I don't think it's going to wow me. I hope that I am wrong. I am probably going to live stream a reaction to it because I genuinely want to be wrong. I want this album to be fire. Again, I am a barb. So if I fuck with it, I'm not being biased. That means I just genuinely love the music. So yeah, we'll see what happens September 19th if it actually comes out on that date, if it gets pushed back a little longer. Um there are a lot of like conspiracies about her and her label and whether she even wanted to drop this album. This album has been teased for like years now. Cardi has said, "Oh, I'm gonna drop. I'm not gonna drop. I'm gonna drop. Not gonna drop." It's been like up and down. So, but she's finally releasing it, and I'm hopefully she's happy about it. Hopefully she's pleased with it, and I just honestly, if I was her after this album, I would drop it and just leave. I'd probably retire or some shit. I'm not gonna lie. I would probably never rap again. I would go start another business and I probably would never rap again. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Um, but yeah, so before I hopped on stream, I seen a headline that said Gunna is dropping an album. They don't say no date. It just says coming soon. But the last one. Now, Gunna's been on a run. I'm not gonna lie. Gunna has really not missed. Maybe I'm tripping. Hold on. Let me search this up. Because I really feel like and I feel like album after album, I'm just like, damn, this nigga's really not missing. But I don't know, y'all. If we look at it, this is kind of an insane fucking run. I'm not gonna lie. Like, none of these albums are bad. None of these projects are bad. And he's been fairly consistent. And clearly the whole like snitching thing or whatever. The shit with Thug hasn't held him back at all. Um, and yeah, apparently it's gonna be his last album on YSL. I'm gonna go confirm that to make sure that that's true. But I wouldn't be surprised that that's like if that's the reality. And I think that this album is gonna be great because every album this nigga has dropped in the last however many years have been fire. He has not disappointed me or the general public at fucking all of all of his albums, like the nigga just drops great projects and he's very consistent. So I don't, and it's kind of funny because I would have expected Gunna's sound to be kind of old by now or for us to kind of get tired of him, but he just seems to still stay current and stay relevant sonically every single time. And like he just doesn't make anything that's like, oh my gosh, it's absolutely terrible, let me turn it off. Like it's never that. You can really put on any Gunna album, let it play, and it's cool. So yeah, I'm very, very, very excited for this. Now, of course, we do know Thug is supposed to drop this year as well. Yeah, it should be this year. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think if Thug's album is not good, it's gonna be bad for him. If Thug's album is not better than Gunna's, with all the shit he's been talking, it's not gonna be good for him. All this shit you've been talking, all this low-key bullying you've been doing to this man, your album better be better than his. If Gunna's album is better than Thug's, Thug might be cooked. And I'm saying that as a Thug stan. So, for Thug, you really gotta put up or shut up. Because this is Gunna's second project since he's gotten out. Or no, third? So, I'm not really trying to hear all this shit that you talking about, you not fucking with this nigga and him being a snitch and this, and that. He's dropping music, nigga. Thug, you gotta catch up. So, in my opinion, I don't think that Thug's album is gonna be that great. Again, I hope that I'm wrong when I say these things. Like when I'm like giving my honest opinion of what I think is gonna happen with this music, I hope that I'm proven wrong. But I just don't think that they're in any way Gunna's album is gonna be trash. I don't see him like declining at all whatsoever. And I could be wrong. This might be his one that's just like, that just ends his streak. But I think Thug is a little bit too cocky and a little bit too sure of himself to think that us civilians who don't apply y'all fucking stupid ass street rules to music, you're too confident, buddy. Your album better be fire. It better be. And if not, you're gonna look crazy. You're gonna be cooked, and everybody's gonna be like, "Damn, Thug, you did all of that. You did all of that bitching and whining just for your album to be trash." And mind you, no one's rushing you to put out a project, so you can take your time and be patient and make sure that it's put out properly in the way that it needs to be. Gunna's over here just like. Again, this is his third project since he's gotten out. So it's like, I don't know. I think that this, to me, I don't know if many people on social media are saying it. I'll go and check. But for me, this is a Gunna versus Thug thing. 2025, Thug dropping the album, Gunna dropping the album. This is an official Gunna versus Thug to me. Because it's been too much build up, and mind you, Gunna hasn't really said much of shit. It's just been Thug kind of poking and like throwing these little subliminals. So I'm kind of ready for, like, I'm putting them up against each other. Let's see. And whoever's album is better is like, all right, the other one need to shut the fuck up. That's just my opinion. So I'm very, very excited though to be getting music from both of them because I fucking love them both. And I hate that, you know, we won't be getting any more music with them both, but they have plenty unreleased songs together. So I'll be fine. But yeah, I think so far it's looking pretty good for music. I'm definitely going to be be looking for what else, like what other anticipated albums are supposed to drop this year. If y'all know of any, definitely let me know. I am a music girly of all genres. Right now, just for me in rap, it's a little dry. So with the announcements of these albums supposed to drop this year, it's getting me a little excited. So I'm ready. I know a lot of like the bigger artists don't really drop until the fourth quarter, like the end of the year. But yeah, I'm ready for like rap to just get more exciting and consistent again. It's a fucking drought. So I've been real deep in my R&B bag lately because it hasn't really been much going on in rap. I've been in like my pop bag and a bunch of other genres, alternative, cuz rap ain't nobody's dropping shit. So yeah, we'll see what happens with a lot of these new projects. Yeah, thank you for watching episode 3 of My Thoughts No Way Asked For. Definitely join up the Discord, follow the YouTube, My Thoughts No Way Asked For. Follow me on TikTok. But yeah, definitely if you're watching this, join up the Discord. Join up the Discord again and again and again. These will not only be my thoughts on these shows. Eventually, I do want you guys involved. I do want you guys and your opinions involved. So, yeah, definitely join up the Discord, interact with the show,